You are listening to a Cult Talk Network podcast. Grab your boomstick and fire up the Delta. It's time for ACTION. Join the Cult of Campbell. Groovy.
And if you're lucky a little later, I'll let you play with my boomstick.
Welcome, everyone, to Cult of Campbell. I'm Ty.
I'm Eric.
And we are continuing our Tales from the Cult interview series. We're focusing on the greatest cult in the world, the Cult of Campbell.
Seriously. One of the best. No, the best. Sorry, not one of the best cult in the whole world.
It ranks pretty high up on my list of cults as far as
Pretty
favorite
high
cults.
up.
Pretty high up there. It's definitely floating around the top three.
Top 10, top 3. Okay.
Top three. Yeah, I'll give it pretty good. It's
We only started a podcast based around this, so it's gotta be high up there. Yeah.
I'm indifferent toward Bruce Campbell. I figured give me something to do during the week.
Oh my god.
But we've had Ashley on, fantastic, fun person, the queen of Bruce Fest. We had Freck on, the creator of the Bruce Fest Friends Discord, they were awesome. And it was just a fantastic series we've had so far. And we are capping this off. It's a trilogy.
As all good things are.
All good things are. You have the Evil Dead Ash
series.
Yeah, the Ash series. You have Scream, which ended after 3.
It totally ended after 3, yes. Yeah.
You have Lord of the Rings,
which also only had 3 movies.
Only had 3 movies, yes. Only had 3 movies. Great trilogies. And we are coming here today with kind of a double feature, a double hit. We have joining us 2 guys we met at Bruce Fest. We have Jackson and Ben Vessey, the Vessey brothers.
The Vessey brothers.
Hey, guys. Introduce yourself, guys. There you are.
Hello, I'm Jackson Vessey. I'm Ben.
And these guys were Ben for sure. I imagine most people, a lot of our audience, I feel like are from Bruce Fest. So I think most people will know Ben as the winner of the Bruce Fest cosplay contest. Woo! And Jackson was there just looking sharp. Just walking around looking nice and sharp.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure. I had to compete with Bruce and Ted.
Yeah. They were dressed pretty sharp themselves. It's true.
I didn't know, because we talked to you when we saw you around, Jackson. You just kind of threw on a nice outfit you had.
I didn't have anything planned for the costume. And I had remembered that my tux was like similar to when I forgot what year it was, but Bruce Campbell when he was at Comic-Con and Conan was like hosting it, and he cut like a sub sandwich with a chainsaw and there's blood everywhere, and he was wearing white, and so it was like a last minute thing, and I was just wearing that for like the Dance of the Dead at the end of the day, and I just said I went into the competition and said I'm him from that, just no blood or chainsaw or anything like that.
I thought that's what you were going for until you told us that you weren't. I thought that was just a deep cut cosplay you was trying to throw out there. Yeah.
Yeah, it is now. Yeah.
It is now.
Totally intended it the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And Ben took the more the bigger route and went as Ash and full regalia with all homemade props.
Mm-hmm. Started back during like the summer of that year. Made the chainsaw. Took apart some crappy chainsaw. Made it out of cardboard, duct tape, and spray paint. And then I used PVC pipes and made the shotgun, and then just went to the thrift store, cut up some clothes, and put blood all over myself. So
that's how you do it. That's how you do
As
it.
You do.
I admire that you didn't just go out and get like a toy shotgun or a replica Necronomicon. You just made everything. You made the Necronomicon, everything. Made it from scratch.
I had to train myself to flip the shotgun as well. I spent weeks doing that.
And it paid off.
Out of the both of us, Ben is absolutely the more like creative one or like hands-on one. I believe last year for Halloween, he was the Predator, and he made his entire costume off of a YouTube video. Yeah. And so like the helmet, it was like it had cardboard, and then like the hair, like the dreads, was like roped with like duct tape around them, all glued onto a bike helmet, and it was very elaborate.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure your mom showed me that picture when we was at one of the things. I think she showed us that picture. Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, it was heavy. It was heavy. It was weighing down my neck. But it was worth it. Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that there was a bike helmet incorporated into that.
No,
that was hidden very well. Yeah.
So Ben, when did you start playing around with making props and stuff?
Well, it was probably I think 2021 when I did that Predator costume, because I saw a YouTube video. I was like, I think I might try that, and then got that. Met some people at school, and then we made some movies and stuff together. I made a Boba Fett costume. I did a Batman one. And for this Ash one, right, I started that one in the summer because we were making movies. That was the main goal of that. I never thought I'd meet Bruce Campbell. And then we did this movie, me and a couple of friends. We did an Evil Dead fan film in our friend's basement.
Wow.
And yeah, it was definitely worth it. But we tore his garage up.
Funny how making movies can do that sometimes.
Well, that's the way me and Eric kind of like got close, as we worked on an independent film together. Yep. We kind of knew each other a little bit, and then we worked on an independent film together. That's where I met Bailey, my co-host on Cult of Conspiracy. I would have got close with her and started a podcast for an independent movie. They're fantastic.
Yeah, I can't imagine the mess that must have been left behind making something that's.
Oh yeah, no, we all were cleanup crew afterwards.
There you go. That's how you do it. Wow, is that up anywhere?
I don't think so. I think he's got the video. I don't know if he's got like a YouTube channel or anything, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's how you do it. Start out making movies when you're young. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember being young, and me and Mike, he's one of the co-hosts here on Cult of Campbell, Cult Talk Net. Me and him used to make zombie movies back when we were younger, and I was that's how it starts. That's the early stages of becoming a real hardened horror fan. Yeah. So Jackson, sorry. I'm looking here. We have you guys on video. Obviously, it's an audio podcast. Mm-hmm. Are you a musician?
Not really.
Not really.
Ben and I, Ben and I, we started like learning the guitar in like 4th or I think 5th grade, and we used to go to like a Montessori school where like we'd all be together. I wasn't in like the same class as Ben was, but like we'd all worked with like different people. At some point, they would just call us into like the cafeteria area, and we just like play the guitar for a little bit. And we had this guitar teacher up until I'd say maybe 2019, because before COVID and everything, he moved to Hawaii with his wife, and so we couldn't learn from him anymore. When we moved, we were originally from like Kansas City, Missouri. When we moved from KCMO to Lenexa, which like if you have a map or like live here, it's not that. It's like 30 minutes. It's not even like a drive. There's like a music house, like music lesson program thing. That's like a couple blocks from us. We started learning there for a little bit, but then because of work and school and some family stuff, we had to like get out of that. But I still have like notes and stuff and like papers. So if I'm not busy or at home and like bored, I can just like pick up the guitar and play a little bit. Yeah,
we definitely fell off during COVID, but
yeah.
So no Vessey Bros band coming anytime soon. No singles, no EPs or anything like that.
Probably not. No, yeah. Our neighbors moved away a little while ago. When they moved away, they had a piano, and they were just like, "Hey, do you want this? We can't take it." So I've been playing the piano, just like watching YouTube tutorials and learning to play the piano and stuff. So yeah, I'm still a little on the musical side, but not nearly as much as I used to be.
Well, you guys have the makings of a small studio right there. You could do some original score if you kind of keep practice at that. And I heavily
effects. You got the effects department on lock. Yeah.
Effects and the
Yeah.
makeup. I heavily believe in that. Yeah, like that stuff looks so good.
I'm in a class. It's called video production.
Okay.
Up at school, and so like I've been learning like techniques like lower thirds and like pans and tilts and all of like the technical stuff for videos, because like that is something that I want to try to get into, film and movies and everything.
Oh, awesome.
It doesn't, I mean, specifically like producer, director, or like or writer at like the least, like do something like creatively involved with like horror and film.
Fantastic. Yeah, we Eric and I we both wrote. Eric directed. Eric's acted. He's a triple threat. He doesn't like to act like him. He's a triple threat, and he can animate now, which is crazy. If you guys watch any of the Cult of Lore stuff, he knows how to animate all of a sudden.
You can call it. I'm embarrassed.
Me on the other hand, I always say if you can't do podcast, because I'll talk about good movies. I've wrote some good stuff in my day, but I think the podcast is what I'm most notable for, so I'll stick to that.
I really need to take a leaf out of you guys' book. That YouTube University, you're really utilizing that. That's
the way to do it.
Treat you guys very well. It's people are willing to put that information out there, and obviously, it's a great way to learn. You guys are a good example of that. Like, that's a good way to learn some new things.
Saves a lot of money too.
Yeah,
you do
absolutely.
I once saw a video on YouTube, and this guy, he would make like Marvel like masks, and like I saw one for like the Willem Dafoe Green Goblin, and it was made out of like Cheerio boxes. But he used like sculpting and like resin and like everything, like clay and all that, and it looks really realistic. And he was gonna have like the like gold lenses for like the eyes, but the glasses that he had like didn't have like the right eye shape because like they're like pointed and everything. And so what he did is that like he just like put them above the eye holes, because there's a scene in the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie where when like Spider-Man's knocked out and the Green Goblin is like monologuing, saying we can both be evil. He has his eyes shown, and like the lenses are up.
Ah, okay. Wow. So he's kind of able to pull from that idea. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
So would you guys say horror is definitely where your favorite genre, or
most definitely?
Yeah.
That was right. That was right at the same time.
Answer. Yeah, they were not before.
That was quick. That was quick.
Yeah, we've been watching horror since we were little kids. Yeah. Our dad.
That's one of the things I mentioned of Eric. I was like, we've interviewed some people, and I've talked to a lot of people on horror. You guys definitely the youngest Bruce fans I think I've ever talked to. So I was like, I want to understand. Like, I always talk about how like there's this whole new generation that's finding Bruce because of Fortnite. You guys knew about him way before that. So
no, when we were little, like I remember like probably watching Army of Darkness when I was like 7 or something. Wow. But our dad has basically raised us on horror. Like it's great. Yeah. And without him, we would have never even like discovered Bruce Fest and gotten to meet Bruce Campbell.
Ben had just made his costume for Halloween, and we didn't know that Bruce Fest was a thing until like around November. It was an early Christmas present.
Oh, that's cool. You were surprised by it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you just already had the costume because that's...
Yeah. It was ready to go. Just got to pack it up.
It was a classic case of Campbell fate. That's what it was.
Campbell fate.
So what would you say? Obviously, we're here to talk about Bruce Campbell and Evil Dead adjacent. I'll ask you first. What is your favorite Bruce Campbell movie? I'll go with Ben first.
All right. I would say Bubba Hotep or Evil Dead 2.
Good choice.
Because Evil Dead 2, it's a classic. It's like the best out of the trilogy. But Bubba Hotep is like... It really demonstrates Bruce as an actor. He's so good in that movie. Yeah, so definitely those are my top 2.
Right.
What about you, Jack?
So close you can't pick.
I'd say either the Evil Dead 2 or either one between the first one, the Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness, because like those were the first like 3 that we were like introduced to. Like this was like iconic for me.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Evil Dead 2, I think, in most things. That's such an entertaining movie from like beginning to end. And Bubba Hotep is my favorite movie to show people because it's so hard to get someone that's never watched it to watch it, because you explain it and it's like, do you want to watch this movie where it's Elvis and JFK fighting a mummy in a retirement home? And most people are like, I do not want to watch that. Then you get them to watch it, and it's fantastic. Eric is a good example of that. I told Eric forever that Bubba Hotep was a great movie, and no one believed me, and I got him to watch it, and now it's like everyone's favorite movie. Our favorite Bruce movie, I should say.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing to do.
We've definitely recommended like movies to people, and they'd be like, I don't like horror movies. So like, I get scared too easily. I had once told my video production teacher that I was going to Bruce Fest. I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I explained it, and then like he got hyped because then he knew exactly who Bruce Campbell was, and all of it, and Evil Dead and everything.
Now, aside from Bruce and all that, what is your favorite horror movie outside of that world?
Not so easy, huh?
Yeah, because there's so many subgenres.
Yeah, that's the thing about horror.
Yeah,
that is true. If you want to walk us through a couple of your subgenres,
go for it. Yeah,
a little easier. Yeah,
for like creature features, I'd say like Jaws. I like that one.
Fantastic, yeah.
Or The Thing. John
Thing is fantastic. Yeah. I got Jaws. Yeah. I can't see it. I got Jaws on my arm. I had to get that's one of my first tattoos. I got. That's my all-time favorite movie. I was like, I love Bruce, but my favorite Bruce is Jaws.
Yeah.
So. Well, do you guys know that's the shark's name?
I did, yeah. I think I found that very interesting because we grew up watching like Finding Nemo before,
where the shark's name is Bruce.
Yeah, and I always thought interesting how they named that the shark in Jaws Bruce after Nemo. But then once I get older and realized how time works, yeah.
This Spielberg guy's a big Finding Nemo fan.
Yeah.
How crazy. How about you, Ben?
I think out of the slashers, my favorite slasher is definitely Halloween, original 1978. Yeah, that one's perfect. That's like one of the first ones that our dad showed us. That's his favorite. And I don't know. One of my favorite ones when I was little, I thought it was pretty good, was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh my gosh.
Freddy's good. I didn't realize till a few years ago that was Johnny Depp's first movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, that's those two. Those are pretty high up.
I just like little kids watching Nightmare on Elm Street, like, yay, Freddy.
I don't know what it is. I love when like kids like are into horror because I feel like that's just the perfect roadmap to a good adulthood because you get all that stuff out early and then you get to enjoy everything else. So I have like cousins and friends who were raised that they couldn't watch horror movies, and I feel so bad. I remember at a very young age, I think it was first grade, I went to like my first like sleepover with like all boy sleepover, and my dad was like, "Oh, here, take a movie with you," and he gave me Predator, the original Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I remember like getting there, we was all hanging out, and I was like, I brought a movie, and I put it in, and my friend, his mom walked in like just as Jesse Ventura's chest gets exploded, and her like ripping the tape out and calling my dad and being like, "You know what your son brought to my house?" Like, I gave him Predator, and like not understanding that most parents did not want their kids watching Jesse Ventura get his chest exploded, but
yeah,
it was okay in my house. My dad was just very good about explaining to me that this stuff wasn't real, and I never had a problem with it.
Right. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. I did not watch a lot of horror movies when I was a kid, and I've turned out to be like an anxiety mess. I'm afraid of everything. I feel the world is a scary place, and you know, maybe if you let your kids watch these horror movies, because you guys are all. Ty's a very well-adjusted adult. He's totally. There's nothing wrong. Ben's gonna be a look.
Then Eric is stress-ridden and chain smokes. So, it's the perfect balance. You gotta pick your path, kids.
Call talk. Show your kids horror movies early on. It's gonna be fine.
Now, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, you never know. So what this comes out in April. So is there anything you guys are looking forward to? Are you guys looking forward to Evil Dead Rise?
Absolutely.
Definitely. It comes out like a few days after my birthday, so I think that's just what I'm gonna do for my birthday. That's like the perfect birthday present.
That really
great.
Is. Heck yeah.
Yes, because Evil Dead does not have enough attention, and I think this will definitely bring up some like attention to it because it's been like a B series forever.
Right.
Like almost nobody knows who Bruce Campbell is.
That's always blows my mind. I think it's just because I know who Bruce is like so well that it just blows my mind when I mention Bruce Campbell and someone doesn't know who he is. Burn Notice is usually I'll usually mention Burn Notice. People seem to that seems to be the easiest way to get people to recognize him. But he's like the best person to be a fan of because he's so good to his fans.
Yeah. I was wearing my Bruce Fest button to school one day, and someone goes, "Bruce Springsteen." I'm like,
oh my gosh!
You're going to see the boss. You're a big Boss fan.
Yeah. I was talking to some family members about like that, like, oh, who's your podcast about? And I was like, Bruce Campbell. And they were like, who? And I was like, oh, ow, my heart.
Yeah.
Why? It's true.
I can't count on people who have been like, why would you start a podcast about Bruce Campbell? Because why not? That's why.
Because just people that do know about him, they are passionate fans. They really love him.
Just before we went up to Colorado for Bruce Fest this year, our dad and I, before we went to get Ben from like a friend's house, we were at like a thrift store looking for Bruce Campbell stuff for him to sign and all that stuff.
Nice.
And I was looking in the comic books because there's like a lot of like interesting. I've seen on like the internet. There's like Army of Darkness versus a bunch of different Ash stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of them. Yeah, tons. Yeah. We did Ash versus Bubba Hotep one here.
I saw like a Burn Notice like DV set, and that's the first. I've never heard of that before. And like a way I would like introduce people to like Bruce Campbell if they haven't seen any horror movies. I'd be like, Clyde with the Jeans and Meatballs. He voices the mayor.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I always forget about that. I always forget about that.
Me too. But that's people. A lot of people have seen that movie. So
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's a good one. The new Spider-Man. People have seen all those, but no one recognizes him in there. Like
yeah.
Everyone's always very confused by that.
I think the original plan for him, because he's got like different cameos in all of Raimi's movies. The original plan was he's gonna like turn out to be Mysterio, and that's like
that's
why
what I've always thought.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
Yeah. I heard also for that one that they're gonna have John Malkovich be the Vulture.
Really, and those ones that would have been great.
Yeah,
really?
The Sam Raimi ones.
Fantastic. Yeah, I know. At one point Jim Carrey was like rumored to be Carnage around that time. That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I had an idea. I don't think I'm gonna go through with it because I already have my other idea. But I had an idea for Bruce Fest this year. I was like, it's a 3-day thing. What if I did all 3 of the Raimi cameos each day? But I decided on something else. But Eric, that's what you're doing this very Bruce Fest.
That's what I'm doing. Okay.
I'm throwing you in. All right, I'm throwing you in. Your verbally binding contract. You're committed. I get you with those all the time. You just don't know legal stuff.
I'll tell you what, guys, don't work for a podcasting network. You lose
a lot of your freedom. It's sunny.
God himself.
Yeah, it's sunny and 75 out right now, and I was like, I gotta go home and record. So you lose your days.
Yeah,
you win some, you lose some. But we get to talk to the Vessey bros, so that's always
there. We go. That makes the day.
So, are you guys going to any of the Bruce-O-Rama stuff? Are you guys getting to go to any of those near you?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless our parents pull another surprise out, I don't think so.
Hear that, Mom and Dad? Maybe.
No.
Nuts.
But we are going to Comic-Con. We're going to Comic-Con in Kansas City in March.
Oh, fantastic.
So I think I'm just going to wear my Ash costume again, show off the signed chainsaw.
Yes.
Brag up to the people who will understand.
Yeah, exactly. That's the fantastic thing about conventions. That was my favorite thing about Bruce Fest, too. You go to a convention or like a festival or something like that, and you have something in common with everyone there. It's just the best feeling. Because then you go to Bruce Fest, you can talk Bruce all weekend. Yeah. That's the fantastic thing about it.
Yeah.
We are going to the Columbus event, and we're sending Mike down to Tennessee for the Tennessee Bruce-O-Rama. So we're going to be going to a couple of them and spreading the good word. So of the Cult of Campbell. But yeah, Evil Dead Rise. That's the crazy thing too. We have this like crazy weekend. Evil Dead Rise comes out the 21st, which is the same day we have to do Bruce-O-Rama.
Yep.
And then we have to go see Evil Dead Rise, record a podcast, have it out by Monday. So we have a fun weekend.
Busy.
Busy weekend. Eric can't wait.
Oh yeah.
So you guys, we talked horror, Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, Bubba Hotep, the classics. Talked even more horror movie, Freddy, Halloween, Cloudy the Chance of Meatballs. We talked about them all. So you guys first discovered Bruce when you were very young, which is fantastic. Good parenting. Bravo, Dad. You did good. I think that should be in some parenting books somewhere.
Yeah, show Bruce the movies here.
That's a good role model to have to kind of mold your life. I feel like that's
everything you need to know about life. Really?
Yeah.
And in a world where all these like steezy celebrities, you got Bruce Campbell who's just just a golden child.
Yeah,
perfect being.
Really? He's the king. He's the king for a reason. Yeah. Now here on Cult of Campbell, I don't know if you guys have listened to many episodes. What we do is we rank our episodes based on a quality of Campbell. And the way we do that, we take into account things like machismo, Bruce's charm, his one-liners, all this stuff. But we have for the first time, we have the Cult of Campbell actually on Cult of Campbell. And we want to know, we'll start with Ben, since we initiated things with you. Ben, what would you define quality Campbell as?
I think a lot of it relies on Bruce's his comedy, his wittiness, and his charm. You know, how well he does play the character, which in almost all cases is perfect. And it's also like the rest of the story, it has to line up with Bruce. That way it goes hand in hand. But I think mostly the comedy for me.
Yeah.
What about you, Jack?
I'd say, like, even if it's any movie with him in it, like, even like, it's been a while, but like Maniac Cop, and that one, like, because we're so huge Evil Dead fans, like, I know nothing about this, but there's Bruce Campbell, so I'm in. And I think that goes with his charm. I think it's like the story behind of like how the first Evil Dead was made, and like how familiar it was, like in the Midwest, just a group of friends make like really low budget. They have to stop and ask for more money eventually.
Yep.
To get it done. I think just like the home feel, like how like not well known it is. He is the ultimate B movie actor, and it's the best way. Like it's almost great that he has this like cult following. It's a smaller fan base, but man, it's just so much. It's so good. Like, you meet a Bruce Campbell fan, there's no other fan like him. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, we got to do Bruce Fest, and what a fun time that was. But yeah, that two fantastic answers. Eric, do you have anything else to ask the Vessies?
Okay. I mean, let's see. You guys have a long history with horror movies and stuff like that. Did we ask you what your first Bruce Campbell movie was that you remember seeing?
I don't think so.
I believe it was Evil Dead. Well, you didn't ask us, but I believe so.
No, I don't think I did.
It was one of the first Evil Dead movies. It could have been Army of Darkness because we were so young. Some of that movie is like permanently in my brain. Like, I can just remember that instantly. But yeah, it's definitely one of the first two. I was one of the first three Evil Dead films.
Right on.
Have you guys ever saw a Bruce Campbell movie you didn't like?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't think so. Even during Bruce Fest, when we watched, I forgot the name, but it was the Ted Raimi's
Lunatics.
Lunatics. Yes. Yeah. Even that one. And that one I liked a lot. Like the comedy aspect of it, of like how he's just like an awful like person, and like an awful like boyfriend, and just like takes the money and leaves, and then he gets like ditched by another girl, and then he gets hit in the head by a baseball.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like, he was the surgeon that was
he was in Ted's head.
He was in Ted's head. Poor Ted.
Yeah.
Which we found that movie. You guys have Tubi? You guys ever heard of Tubi?
Yeah, we do. Yes, Tubi.
Yeah. Lunatics is on Tubi. We found just recently. The whole movie's on there in English.
Yeah, we didn't know that before we recorded our episode on it. We didn't know that. We found it in Spanish.
And had to translate it and review it that way. But I still stand. The guy they had, if you ever watch it in Spanish, it's on YouTube. The guy that does the dubbing for Bruce sounds exactly like him. So it's out of nowhere.
We're gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. That's a great one.
Was that the first time you guys had seen Lunatics?
It was,
Yeah.
and it was great. I think Jack definitely liked
it's one of
it
those
because
hidden
Ted
gems.
Raimi.
It's so awesome.
Yeah,
Our parents had joked that I was here at Bruce Fest for Ted. I was here for Bruce. Yeah. I even got my game of the Quarry signed by Ted.
Oh, fantastic! That's awesome.
Wow.
On it says Ted Raimi. Travis will kill you.
Oh my gosh. What? Do you know why it says that? What?
Well, because that was his character in the game. But I think it was
okay.
just straight,
Not familiar
sweet and simple.
Okay. So I didn't realize you were such a Ted fan. Well, now I got to know what's your favorite Ted movie.
What's your favorite Ted movie?
I know.
I haven't seen. I know that I think isn't both Ted and Bruce in Xena Warrior Princess.
Yes. Yes, they
yeah,
are.
Atilicus, and then Ted is Joxer.
Joxer, that was it.
Joxer the
Yeah,
Mighty.
we didn't watch grow up watching the X-Files or any of those type of shows.
Right.
We would watch The Middle or other type sitcoms and stuff Malcolm in the Middle. That was one that we watched a lot on based on cameos of Ted's. I liked the Sam Raimi movie Spider-Man 2 because there's a scene where they're pitching ideas for in the newspaper for Dr. Octopus's names, and he was like Doctor Strange, and then J.K. Simmons that's good, but it's taken.
Nice. I never caught that. If you ever want to see a good episode of Xena and Hercules, it's I think it's Xena. It's an episode of Xena. It's called The King of Assassins, and it's Bruce. Bruce plays Atilicus and Ted in it. It's one of the only episodes where they're in it together, and Ted also plays an evil version of himself. So it's good Joxer, bad Joxer, and then Atilicus is there, and Joxer is enamored with Atilicus. He thinks he's the ultimate. He's the most perfect man he's ever saw, and it's fantastic. It's all these are on Tubi, by the way. I cannot make it through a podcast without mentioning Tubi. They need to sponsor me already.
No, you can't.
With their free subscription.
I was just listening to a few of your episodes on conspiracies, and then on the Joystick podcast.
Yeah, Joystick. Yeah, I know. Eventually, Tubi's going to sponsor me with something. I don't know what it's going to be. I'll have to reach out to them. I'll send
extra free movies.
Extra free movies, yeah. I'll get the extra free movie one. But yeah, this has been fantastic, guys. It's great talking to a new generation of Bruce fans. Maybe one day you guys will have a Bruce Campbell podcast after Eric and I are long gone. You guys can
dethrone you.
We'll take the mantle.
Dethrone you guys. Yeah, we'll dethrone us. Oh no. Oh no. I think you guys can take us. You guys seem to be a lot more fit than we are. You might be able to take us on that. We'll just hand it over to you guys. We're old and frail and scared. Just take our stuff and leave us alone. But yeah, this has been fantastic, guys. What a fun time. We had the Vessey Bros on, and we got to meet you guys all the way back at Bruce Fest. And man, if there's another Bruce Fest, we hope to see you guys there.
Yeah,
because
definitely going next year.
Yeah,
definitely. I cannot wait. This year, hopefully this year.
Yeah. Do you guys have any
hold out for that?
Any costumes in the works? Are you gonna?
I think so. What my idea is, we'll go as Ash and Evil Ash from Army of Darkness.
Oh, fantastic!
So it'll be either we'll do the twin thing where the Ash is separating from the body. So we've got nice. We're gonna be conjoined twins, or Jack will be the last final scene in the armor and stuff.
That armor.
Nice.
So either one, we'll have to start working on it. But those are our ideas.
That'd be a tough choice because those are both really good.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
I think for having us to sit down and go to the bathroom, we'll be separate.
Being separate
make it attachable and make sure it's attachable.
You guys are good at figuring out the logistics of these things. I have faith in you.
That's one thing I want to try to do this year with Cult Talk Net when we go back out is to incorporate the cosplay aspect. We didn't do that this year. We'll figure it out.
We've got some smart people to consult here.
We do. Yeah, we might have some ideas. But there we have it, guys. This was Tales of the Cult, and we got to hear the tale of the Vessey Bros and how they became Bruce Campbell fans. The best fandom to be part of.
Yeah,
couldn't ask for more.
Molded
Yeah.
by it.
You guys were born right into the Brucedom. You were born under the king.
Raised
there
right.
we have it. Raised right. Yeah, raised with the king's rule. You know, mom and dad did a good job. And you guys are definitely some interesting fellas. You guys making some cool stuff. You're interested in all sorts of things, and I'm sure you guys are going to excel at it. We've talked about all sorts of movies, got to your quality of Campbell's. And I think that does it for this. I mean, do you guys have anywhere you want to be found on social media? If you have anything you want to plug, here's your chance. If you want to plug your socials, if not, gamer tags, whatever.
I'm heartily on I don't post anything on TikTok. I post even less on Instagram. But my Instagram name is, I believe, JVest22, and I can't remember the numbers, but my gamer tag is capital B bold nickel, 7 cents and something, because that was a generic
rolls right off the tongue.
Auto-generated.
Yeah.
Right off the tongue. That old name.
My Instagram is ben.vessey, and my gamer tag is capital C Zarface 2013.
Do you guys Twitch streaming like that? Do you guys do that?
No,
none of that.
No.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, you can find us at Cult Talk Net everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the works. It's everywhere. Cult of Campbell pretty regularly on Mondays. Next episode, I think we're going to hold off for a couple weeks because we're going to be trying to do the Evil Dead stuff. Then we have Cult Talk Conspiracy every other Tuesday. Cult of Lore the first and third Thursday, maybe Friday of the month, depending on how good Eric is that week. And it's for all our Warhammer stuff. But that's been it for Tales from the Cult, this trilogy we brought you guys. And by any means, if anyone wants to reach out, if anyone wants to be part of Tales from the Cult, we're more than happy to try to work some out because he's been just a blast. And maybe we'll have you guys on again sometime. Maybe we'll have you on to talk about Bubba Hotep.
We'd love to.
Army of Darkness. That'd be fantastic.
Heck yeah.
As long as I'm not in wrestling or doing debate or something like that, then
booked schedule.
Yeah,
he's a busy man.
Not anymore. Yeah,
you're in everything. Yeah, wrestling, debate, film study, music.
Yeah.
Wow, busy guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for making time to be on Cult of Campbell. It was a blast. We're honored to have you guys. And Bruce Fest this year, we definitely got to meet up again and hang out, catch up. And we cannot wait to see you guys again. I've been Ty.
I've been Eric.
I've been Ben.
I've been Jackson.
And as always, stay groovy.
Stay groovy.
Stay groovy.
Hail to the king, baby. That's it? That's the best you got?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.